Muted. CH, what's good? Oh, which one is the second camera? Hmm. Let me add another layout. Let's add an item. Ah, dynamic grid. CH just trying to get set up. Let's try a new layout. Let's add an item. Let's add a camera slot. Nope, that's the wrong camera. No. I think we'll roll with that one for a second. Red State, what we talking about today? Red State, what we on today? Oh, oh, we need a lot of work with the overlays. Ah, did you get it? Did you really get the shirt? Or are you being sarcastic? You know Lauren's in charge of that. Oh, I did see the KCD. I feel bad acting like I didn't care. Mm, 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 mm. What are we looking forward to talking to putting on today's account? Ooh, ooh. I do appreciate all the interaction I've gotten. Everybody's been some good co-hosts. With Steve on vacation, the text line's been good co-hosts. It feels like I'm coming off the weekend. What do you mean? What have you been enjoying the week? Yeah, I was laughing at them get busted. And listen, and for some reason, I actually could watch it. Ah, okay. Yesterday, everybody's kicking it. Ah, no. The, the booth is, I guess the booth does, listen, we're in the booth, we're called the talent. I guess the booth does give you a little bit of extra vibe. Uh, Finish my last little bit of clove tea before we get started.
Team that never stops thinking about
Marcus.
Kentuckiana Pump Sales.
You have
25 years of experience. Kentuckiana Pump Sales, a premier Ashland pump shop, includes sump, sewage, grinder pumps, and many more to service all residential, municipal.
I can't remember. Do you have spots that you want in the first hour and second hour, or we can sprinkle? Okay.
Pump Sales, 3303 Industrial Parkway.
We still doing truth tax? Okay.
Pumps.com.
Yeah, isn't that good? There no pizza. Good taste, happy face, your place, my place. Always gonna make you happy. It's on your face. It's that good. Yes, it is, and we deliver it. Taste is fun. Yes, it is. We guarantee it. Yeah, it's that good. There no pizza.
You good to go in 30?
Hey, Cards fans, do you or a loved one suffer from gout? Gout is a very painful form of arthritis that can also lead to kidney and heart disease. I bet you didn't know there's now a Gout Center of Excellence right here in Louisville. They use the most up-to-date clinical guidelines and FDA-approved treatments to get you relief fast. If you have gout, be sure to call the Gout Center of Excellence at 502-719-2472 or visit them online at ralouisville.com. And be sure to tell them Marcus sent you.
Something on your mind? Hit us up on the UPS Jobs text line, 3831 939.
They don't get back. Haywood looks at the Olympic field. Here's the steal. 3-on-1. Alley-oop. Like flipping. And you certainly are in love with him here in Louisville. Marcus in the open floor. Incredible.
Get up, get up, get up, get up. Let's get ready for Hard is Made. You're about midway to the midday with Hard is Made. And you can call in or lay back and just listen to Hard is Made. So sit back and relax and watch Maven.
Broadcasting live from the OPC Pest Services studio. Time for Middays with Marcus Maben on 93.9 The Ville. Now, here's Marcus Maben and Steve Rummage.
Welcome back. It's Middays with Marcus Maben. 8150 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. And before we go any further, I want to give a compliment to the texters and the co-hosters, Tanner himself included. You guys have made it really easy. My boy Rummage is out of town, but we've kept us a good dialogue. So texters, YouTubers, made for the Ville, y'all have made this very, very fun. Maybe help me be very comfortable and get a chance to get all of my ancillary self-therapy conversations out to the world without too many people being too harsh on me on the YouTube channel. Steve Rummage is on vacation. Tanner in the boo. You don't have a liner yet?
No, not yet.
You don't have, okay. You don't have a liner. but you've thought about it. You have.
I'm getting there. I'm learning how to edit like sound and stuff a lot better.
You have been here so long, Tanner,
I know.
to not have a liner. You've hosted. Don't you want to be recognized in public as Tanner with the liner when you do these shows?
I guess I'll work on something for like tomorrow.
Something you've thought of.
All right.
No, have you thought of it? Nothing you want to share?
Yeah, I want to keep it a surprise.
You know what? I'm putting you in the worst situation possible. Tanner, I want to tell you a quick story. And listen, people, this is between me and Tanner, but y'all are going to share just kind of a veteran story with, listen, if I kept going harder, listen, you don't like to disappoint people. I can tell. You know, when you do something that disappoints, it's how I used to explain to people how a Denny Crum could coach different from a Rick Pitino, right? Denny Crum was good at letting you know he was disappointed in you without screaming. He recruited players that had a natural biological urge to please the coach, you know what I'm saying, to do what's right by the coach. Sometimes to the detriment of the player himself. But if you're just that type of player that just wants to do what's right by your coach, you know what I'm saying, Denny Crum could stab you. He could, you know, he used to have a rolled up program. And if he just barely jammed you, but he was upset with you, it felt like a dagger, like in Gladiator, when he had his hands up like that, and he just came and just hit him in the gut. And that's what Denny Crum feels like when he says, "Why did I put you in the game?" You're like, "Oh, I can't believe you said that to me." Okay. What I just did to you, I'm in France. I'm sure we were past the statute of limitations. So if anybody's listening who I had any relationship ties with, I mean, I'm in France. Cut me some slack. I'm in France. I've been over there quite a while. I've become accustomed to France and all that entails being in France now. So I've been over there. We kind of getting towards the later the season. So you kind of got to start making plans like, so when I leave, you know, what's going on? You know, so let's just jump to it. I go meet her family. I sit down, right? I haven't been interested in learning any French, right? I sit down. She makes this little sugary strawberry thing. It's very formal type meeting with the lady's parents. We're sitting in this little living room. We have the strawberry and blah, blah, blah. She serves everybody, the mom, and just everything's going smooth. And then she says, "Parlez-vous français?" I said, "Oh, no, I'm cool, but not really, just like," and she was like, "How long you been here?" I could tell, I was putting together what she was saying, like, "How long you been here?" I was like, 8 months. She was like, "Oh," like, and I felt devastated because she was like, "You've been here 8 months and you can't speak French?"
Well, French is hard.
Listen,
I took it for like 2 months, and then I was like, I'm gonna do Spanish.
That lady looked at me like I was a short bus student, and she looked at her daughter like, did you really bring this short bus? Like, I get the allure of him being American, but he obviously has disabilities if he's been here. That's how that lady looked at me, and I should not have done that to you just to open the show. Welcome to Middays with Marcus, baby. Gonna have a fun show. Here's the thing. Everybody knows when we do these shows, Marcus Maben lets the traffic many times determine the direction of the way the show goes. And it's almost, listen, I'm going to try to chronologically float you down some of the pathways that I want to go. So here's the thing. I'm in traffic. And this is what happens. Okay. So I'm in traffic. Everybody knows on Bardstown Road, you have the middle areas between the lanes. They're difficult to cross if you have an uncooperative group of traffic goers. Is somebody okay? Somebody hit the line. I thought somebody hit the line. You have an uncooperative group of traffic goers. If you get stuck in the middle of the island on a Bardstown Road, I'm just using Bardstown Road as an example. You get stuck in the middle of that road. I'm telling you, I'm talking about, it had to be 16 cars. And we were going about 5 to 7 miles an hour. We were going at a total creep pace up the street. Traffic is, it's just one of those lights, busy morning, time, prime time traffic. We were going at a creep. And I watched every single car not let that Ford F-150, that maroon Ford F-150 into traffic. And I'm just sitting there thinking, and I'm getting closer, and I'm like, somebody better let that truck get in before me. I'm going to be entirely disappointed. And I'm creeping up. And then I see it's going to get to me, and he's still going to be stuck in that middle island. So I slow down, and he kind of, we make eye contact, and he kind of gives me a, thank you, a nod. And then when he pulls in and up in his window, he gives me a strong, good old American, thanks, buddy. Just a good wave, like, thank you for letting me in. And I instantly got upset with all 17 of those cars that just went past. Is your soul that black that you think you're getting behind the next man by not letting someone creep in? 3831-939 is the text line. 8150-939 is the number. Did you do that this morning? Did you drive fast and refuse to let somebody in, or did it happen to you? Because listen, far be it for me to be an advocate for more traffic laws, but the way I looked at that this morning, I wouldn't mind if the police added a traffic law tomorrow and said, if all 5 of y'all thought it was more important, instead of slowing down and letting somebody in off the line, you kept driving. Listen, there's enough space for you to slow down, barely slow down and let them in there, but you wouldn't even adjust your speed for 1 second.
We got Janky on line 1.
1 second to let that truck in. Janky, thanks for joining us on 93.9 Fire Away.
Hey, so since Steve's not here, somebody's got to handle this business right now.
Fair enough.
It's Kentucky Choke Day. Because, I called in yesterday. I expected Kentucky to win that game. They were set up for it. They were in the absolute best position, and they got crushed.
Did they did they choke, or did they just get beat up on? Because I watched it. It looked like they just got bullied.
In the first 3 innings, they gave up 5 free bases. In baseball, that's like losing the turnover margin by a lot. So, free bases lead to runs all the time.
So what was it? The second inning when he had a chance to a foul ball, he just lost it in the sun and dropped, and then it just fell apart. Like that was right before the grand slam.
That's right before the grand slam. They in the second inning, they had a hit by pitch and 2 walks, I believe.
Right.
And like when you're putting runners on and just giving them everything, like they're literally just going to run you over, and that's what Kentucky did. That's a choke for me in baseball. That's a choke.
It did look a little chunky.
that's what happened yesterday. And but now that I guess it looks like it's A&M and Tennessee, I think Tennessee, the A&M is the best team to beat Tennessee.
Have either lost yet?
A&M, no.
So they're going to do best of 3 now?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and then but yeah, and they only played once this year. Mm-hmm. So but even being in the SEC, they only got one game. They got like a Thursday game, and Tennessee won 4-7, I think. And actually, that was a bad game for A&M because they gave up a bunch of free bases in that one too.
Right.
So, this should be a really incredible 3-game stretch. I would think that it possibly goes the full 3. So,
yeah,
it'll be fun baseball.
Listen, appreciate you dropping in on it. Appreciate you. Like I said, I would have totally waited, and probably end up forgetting about it. And, I never like missing a chance to do a little KCD Kentucky talk with this. Ugh. I was a little worried about it because I didn't want to hear that in the background of Kentucky celebrating national championship baseball runs, especially when I'm really pulling for Dan McDonald. Yeah. Congratulations on his new recruit, by the way. Red State says all 17 of those cars watched the guy pass up opportunities to merge and race up all the way. No, that's a different one. That's not the island. When you're stuck in the middle. I'm talking about being stuck in the middle, not merging traffic. Now, listen, I feel the same way about the merging traffic. I mean, is it that serious? Is it that serious okay, Tanner, where do you stand on this? What is your traffic personality?
I'm like you. I'll if I see someone that's waiting that long, I'll definitely slow down and be like, hey, make the eye contact and give them the
What
wave.
makes you speed up to cut somebody or to prevent someone from pulling in?
If I need to be somewhere, if I'm late, which I usually am, I'll probably do that. So maybe I do merge or cut people off, I guess. I don't know. I'm not that bad of a driver, I don't think.
You're not that aggressive.
Aggressive, yeah.
Oh, okay. But being late probably is 90% of your aggression.
Yeah,
driving.
more. Yeah. If I'm gonna be aggressive, it's more because I'm probably late.
Listen, I saw those 17 cars not let that guy in. I'm like, where are the police when you need them? I'm like, those are the real criminals because that leads to a bad day. 17 cars, just all like I said, not even. And again, when I say it's a slow creep. It was a slow creep, people, and anybody could have slowed down and let that car get in there. It was the worst. So then I'm looking at that and I'm like, that's just, it makes me wonder about the personality. And then I started thinking about the women that I've ridden with, and I started comparing them to which ones were good women. And which was, and I was like, you know what? All the women who sped up that I ever rode with were bad women. And I could make almost a direct correlation to the level of selfishness in the traffic versus it was a total real life correlation. And if this morning, hey, y'all need to be a little nice in traffic because people are ruining each other's days in the traffic. Paul says choking Kentucky should have not been petty and used Louisville slugger bats, then probably would have scored more. That's not pettiness, is it? Louisville slugger bat is just the premier bat, right? There's no pettiness to that. Burns me up. A lot of jerks out there. Yeah, look, Texas says, yeah, burns me up too. It's a lot of jerks out there. Like I said, I don't know if I'm overreacting from the traffic situation, but there would be a lot less traffic if people drove for each other and not themselves. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, it would be a lot less traffic jams. The people don't let you over in traffic are the same people that don't return the grocery. Now, see, I wasn't gonna go quite there because Marcus Maben has a special place for non-shopping cart returners, but not letting the person in is whoa. And when you leave campus, everybody knows when you go by the overpass, when you're leaving campus, it's a very short merge. If you're going on 65, was it north? No, south.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. Towards Nashville.
Yes.
It is
that is a short merge. And if people speed up and don't want to let you in, you are like boogity. Who am I thinking of? Race car.
Oh,
You're on the wall. They're a wall trip level. Like you're on the wall. And this is like
boogity,
Bristol.
boogity, let's go racing.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm like, when I say you're at Bristol, if you've watched NASCAR, Bristol is you'll get the most. Oh man, I missed. You'll get the most scrapage and the most accidents per area. Oh man. Come on, TBT. Negative. I won't talk TBT. Oh yeah, we've been in summer radio for quite some time. And people say, I think you're going too hard on the traffic thing. I was one, Lauren. I disagree. I think you should learn to let people in, be a little nicer. Okay, so here's the thing. I go traffic, I go all that, and then I go into my recruiting. How does that apply? First of all, before I get into
I'll be right back.
top, I was gonna need that audio. So how quick
the Coleman Hawkins one?
If you have to run and come back to that, I can tap this so you get to Darrell Waltrip. Is that Boogity who I'm thinking of? Is it Darrell Waltrip?
It's Darrell Waltrip.
Who did I say?
You know, I don't think you said anyone, but my first thought was bench warmers where they're in the car and they're swinging the bats against the mailboxes because he starts up the car and he goes boogity boogity boogity, let's go racing.
Gosh,
but no, it is Darrell Waltrip.
Okay,
you are right.
Okay. Yeah, like that's what it feels like exiting from the campus, getting on 65. You are on the wall, and if somebody speeds up, you are. Have you watched Cart Narcs? I have watched Texter. I have watched the Cart Narcs guy. I fear for him though, because he's having a little too much fun with it, and he runs up on people a little like those. Some of those pranks kind of scare me because I don't want them to end so ugly, and people are not really, with these new carry laws, and people ain't going for it as much. Have you watched? The Cart Narcs is very, very funny. So here's the thing. I go from the type of person, and then I go into my idea of my recruitments. I'm reading all the updates. I'm getting all the gossip behind the scenes. I think I'm watching the process get more squeezed than it's ever been. With NIL, scholarship, and high school scholarships, I am watching. It's like the recruiting process and international players. The recruiting process, there's so many available talented kids that it is getting like, imagine in 2 years, you go from Nike EYBL circuit, USA team, and let's say the top 20 high schools. That's where your crop of your top Division I basketball players will come from. Imagine in 2 seasons, that's less than 600 days. 360. Oh, never mind. Less than 700, 800 days, roughly. Whatever.
800.
You go from that small of a recruiting base, sprinkle in a little international Euro, a couple Euro programs, to now you're recruiting high school, all the teams in Division 1 with 1 year transfers, all the good schools in Division 2, all the good schools in Division 3, you still got to cover your junior college route. You got to cover your international that's gotten bigger and bigger and bigger, and more programs, burgeoning other countries' programs, all for the best of the best talent. And if you're at a program, a big time program, the internet is getting better. The internet sleuth is getting better. So there's more chance for, I don't want to say disaster, but there's now more chance for leaked information to make you look really bad. And a bad look on a bad recruit can lead to a bad viral reputation so fast. A couple of days ago, there was a quote, a Coleman Hawkins quote. This is a couple of days ago when the podcast first got released. He was kind of like laughing because coaches, coach didn't have anything bad to say about Louisville, so it was almost like it surprised him. He wouldn't get the negative recruitment. He's like, "Man, do you really want me to go there?" That was kind of like, ooh. So I thought, like, to me, that was a big deal. It didn't quite make it to the radio, but to me, that was a big deal that there wasn't negative recruiting going on with that situation. I was going to have that conversation. Hey, anytime you're in a recruiting battle and you don't have, and a kid admits that there was no negative recruiting from this school with this team, that's a great thing. Again, it kind of flew under the radar. I apologize for that. It was in my notes. It just didn't make it. But at the same time, the air was never really cleared on the the visit got canceled. I mean, I think we did a good job of saying without making it a Hawkins versus Louisville thing. I think it was kind of a general understanding. But here's the problem. I understood, of course, positive Polly Marcus Maben is going to say that. Now, whether you believe me or not, that's what, to me, it was a cancellation thing. But I do understand the doubter that says, oh, no, the visit got canceled and Hawkins just didn't want to be here. He didn't want to pay the money. And it's one of those, we love to create a problem. We love to create a problem. And we like to create problems until one problem really happens. And now you got a book of problems that say the sky is falling. Texas says sometimes the shoe don't fit. No, this is not a shoe don't fit idea.
And we know what happens with Kelsey when the shoe doesn't fit.
That's pretty funny. But you should have that was rim shot. So here's the thing. The reason I am going to bark at the shoe doesn't fit kind of thing, because here's the thing. When you have somebody that talent, everybody tries to make the shoe fit. And it's a bold strategy, Cotton, when you try not to get out the little shoehorn. And it's like, hey, man, maybe the shoe's just been in the closet for a little while. Maybe the leather, you got the good leather and it shrunk up a little bit. And the shoes are just a little tight. But if you wear them, around the house before you go to the wedding tomorrow, they might loosen up and they might be comfortable. You find a way to stretch these shoes because they need to fit. They're the perfect shoes for the perfect outfit. I don't feel like going to spend any money in the store. There's not a store. I don't want to wear Walmart shoe, whatever your current problem is. You try to make this shoe fit. Coleman Hawkins. But here's the thing. I want you to live in a world really quick where Kelsey lost in a tournament. And you're proud of your team, but you know the haters are coming. You know the negative Nellies and negative Nans. You know they are coming. They couldn't wait to be the I told you, right? And that guy is all over the place, and he can't wait for this interview right here. These quotes. He cannot wait. His entire next attack on his basketball program is going to start with this right here.
I still see y'all or view y'all as a team who, you know, if y'all get another shot at UConn, if that team did get another shot at UConn, it might have went a little bit differently. Not saying the win or loss would have been a different outcome. How many 40-minute games would it take for your Illinois team to beat that UConn team?
I think if we played them one other time, we would have beat them.
First of all, if you're watching the interview, he's in the camera. He's like wiggling around. He's shaking. He's stretching. He's just he has the childlike ADD kind of thing going where he's just like, it's like, hey man, let's get this interview in. Let's be a little, soft. Not a big deal, but if you're Kelsey in the interview, you're kind of like, hey man, like let's tighten up a little bit. Okay.
Them. I think if we played them one other half, we beat them. Like, our game plans. Like, I mean, I've talked about this before. Like I said.
Okay, if you're watching it, these are guys interviewing him saying what happened. And the first thing he's going to, he's laughing, and then he goes, I mean, the game plan. Back up a little bit and let that play again so you can hear him scoffing and go to the game plan.
One other half, we beat them. Like, play them one other time, we would have beat them. I think if we played them one other half, we beat them. Like, our game plans. Like, I mean, I've talked about this before. Like I said, my frustration has came in when I'm at the 5, and the whole point of me being at the 5 is to create advantages offensively. We didn't create any advantages offensively. We were at 23 points or whatever at half. I was standing in the corner for a whole half, and this is just me being real. I definitely would have switched up our game plan somehow, some way, and wouldn't have been stagnant and just like kind of ran just a high ball screen once again. And then like it's hard for me because like, okay, we start running the high ball screen in the second half and I'm picking and popping. And now people are yelling at me for pump faking and not shooting a shot. But that whole first half, I didn't get a play ran to me to shoot a shot. I think the one 3-point attempt I had was like a dribble pull up off a screen, which was a bad shot, and then off of a blocked shot, and I got the ball and shot it. Like it's gotta be like organic. Like it can't be forced. Like you gotta at least like run a play here and there, and that's kind of where my frustration came in. And I think if we had a half where we truly ran offense and attacked certain scenarios, and then even a little bit different defensively, I think it would just take us a half. I don't think it would take 40 minutes.
Sounds a lot better than just driving.
Pause that. Yeah. Do you know how many violations? You know how many violations he just committed? Do you know, like, if you're a coach and you get hold of this interview and you're possibly thinking about bringing him into your program, and you have a couple of guys who are his same dimensions and can give him a problem, and you hear it again, you lost to UConn. Like, have you no tact? Have you no like respect for your coaching staff and team? And again, it's a certain kind of person, fan, spectator that doesn't understand what I'm saying right now. But when you say, like, as an athlete, that if your first words are game plan, everybody knows you're throwing the coach under the bus. When you say game plan, you say execution, because every damn game plan can work if you execute it the right way with any kind of decent coach. You're not in the Elite 8 without a coach who doesn't know how to game plan, unless you just got Anthony Davis. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, that's I don't know about that one.
I didn't mean that. That was nice. You get my point. The first violation is game plan. You're blaming the coach. The second violation, you're talking about, you can hear it. He says, oh, well, our game plan was the reason you put me at the 5 is so I could take advantage of the matchup. Okay. So now we're saying I didn't get my touches.
His matchup was a top 10 draft pick.
Right. Okay, now you're saying I didn't get my touches. Now you're saying I'm in the corner. And then he says, and now I got people yelling at me because I didn't, I pump faked and did it. You're making that whole loss about what they didn't do for you. And it's got to be organic. And it's got to be this. And it's got to be that. Imagine if you lost a tournament game and on the way out the door, that guy is saying, well, Kelsey didn't, he had me, I was supposed to be matched up here, and the coaching staff didn't take advantage of my abilities. They didn't take advantage of my abilities because I'm obviously the man. And the people who yelling at me don't know what they're talking about. And the coaches didn't want to take advantage of my, my specialties. So I'm gonna get in the transfer portal to go find a coach that can take care of my ability and get paid. That guy is gold. Somebody who talks like that is gold for program slander. That guy is going to be a great podcast one day. Coleman Hawkins is going to be
Good point.
The minute his college eligibility is up or he gets drafted next year, I listen, I don't know what greatness he's going to go on to. It's not the point. The point is people who talk like that are instant. And then listen, and what did he do? People are yelling at me. People are yelling at you. Is that what you're talking about in a podcast? And when you're in the transition between Illinois, the draft, and K-State. So when I rewind back, when I say people are saying, or Marcus, you're just saying that, I'm like, no, take a second, take a moment and say, I'm glad that visit got canceled. I'm glad somebody sat around and heard. Again, on the surface, doesn't sound like a bad guy, but identifying toxic red flag basketball personality is different from being listen, guy can be a nice guy, can be kind. He can even be a guy that lets people in traffic. He could be all of that. But at the end of the day, if you don't know not to say game plan, if you don't know not to say people are yelling at me, if you don't know how to say the offense, didn't fit me, it should have been organically, the ball should, if you don't know not to go to interview, you're not a pro. You're not a pro. Like a professional basketball player can be held. He can have that same conversation, listen, I still don't like it. And that's a little bit of old school in me, but a professional athlete can say, but most of them know not to. They know not to. They say, hey, blame yourself when you talk about it. It's not going to do any good to say our game plan. It's not or the game plan. At least say our game plan. Right? Like ownership. Take ownership of the game. Listen, you're a leader. I should have done more to exploit the matchup. You catch the ball. That's why in basketball, it's like you're gonna have a chance to affect the game. A receiver can get pissy. A receiver gets frozen out. Listen, I don't like spazzing wide receivers, but I understand. I need 4 catches to get a $6 million bonus. you better throw me that ball. At the end of the year, you better throw me that ball. And if I got to spaz out, I'm going to spaz out for the money. But again, it's out of your hands. Basketball, there's steals, there's pressures, there's rebounds. There's so many ways to affect the game. And again, if you get to the offseason and you're willing to blame your coach or your game plan, and it's not like UConn was bums. So you're not even like, giving no, man, they were good, man. They took us out our game plan. They affected. It's terrible. That's just like I said, that was the most cringe basketball interview.
He should have learned from Damon Stoudemire. Got that ass whoop.
That's it.
That's the perfect answer.
That's it.
Because we made fun of Stoudemire for that, but that was the perfect answer as a coach.
But you're podcasting, blaming a coach. And this is all, your whole career can be reduced to a couple of sound bites.
Is this after he signed with Kansas State?
Yes, I'm assuming this is just the other day.
That's a bad look if you're Jerome Tang.
And actually, I'll add, you want to know how you know it's a really bad look? Because I saw the tweet, and then I saw the tweet again and commented from Dan Dockage. And Dan Dockage goes hard. So if you get on Dan Dockage's radar, it's bad. But again, details, people. Bravo on Kelsey with identifying that podcast was going to happen in the future. And that podcast was going to be Louisville on the back end, looking bad, looking like they had a bad game plan, looking like he didn't use his talent. No matter what you say, the coach is going to wear that if a player like that, starts spouting off, game plan, coach, you need to, didn't take advantage, it's ugly. And that was going to be in the locker room from the beginning, even if it didn't show until the moment you lost. Quick commercial break. Middays with Marcus Maben, 939 The Ville.
Hey, Louisville fans, Steve Rummage here. In life, there are moments when the stakes are high and the decisions you make can forever change the outcome of your financial future. Buying or selling your home, that's one of those major league moments. Imagine this. If we're facing a major surgery, you wouldn't pick a cut rate surgeon or someone offering a 1% discount, right? So why gamble with a cheaper option when it comes to selling your home? Go with a pro, someone who's recently named one of Louisville's 40 under 40, and call Josh Jarbo. Josh and the team of agents at RE/MAX Empire understand the value of what's at play. They don't offer any gimmicks, and they definitely don't take shortcuts. They provide the full MVP treatment every step of the way. So when buying or selling your home, choose the team that goes the distance for you. At RE/MAX Empire, your goals paired with their strategy is a guaranteed recipe for success. I'm Steve Rummage, and I'm telling you, in real estate, don't settle for anything less than the best. Call Josh Jarbo at 502-216-7590 or check out his website at joshjarbo.remaxempireky.com.
Josh Jarbo, principal broker owner, RE/MAX Empire at Motto Mortgage A to Z, NMLS number 2256125. Equal housing lender.
Here's what you missed on Louisville Sports Live.
From Lawrence to now David Teal of Richmond.com and intrepid ACC reporter. David, how are you doing, sir? Thanks for joining us.
Gentlemen, good evening. Pleasure to be with you.
Do you feel like this could be on Jim Phillips' radar to make a move like this to bring in more revenue?
I think everything is on Jim Phillips' radar right now.
Right here on 93.9 The Ville.
Kroger always gives you savings and rewards on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Kroger app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. And with a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. So you can always save big every day with our savings and rewards. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Does tax time stress you out? Are you filing online but not sure if you're getting the maximum deduction? Well, Truth Tax and Accounting is here to help make tax time stress-free. We offer individual and business tax filing. You can come in office or file completely online. At Truth Tax, we understand time is money and make filing quick and easy. Visit www.truthtaxes.com or to book your appointment, call or text us at 502-264-8863.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, historic rivalries tip off with shareable bites, and every shot you take is a game winner. All season long, you're ballin' with 29-degree beer, courtside seats, and scenic views. I mean, where else can you pair wall-to-wall hoops with hard-to-find whiskey? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Stick around after the sunset. Twin Peaks is open really late. Wind down with bourbon and late-night bites.
Lanning Paints is truly Louisville's hometown paint manufacturer. We create architectural coatings for homes and ship our industrial and commercial products across the United States and even across the world. I am Aaron Lanning, and I am lucky enough to work alongside my father, Nick, who is our chemist and brainchild for our local brand. He is working daily to formulate finishes and coatings that will beautify your interior walls, basement and garage floors, driveways, fences, siding, brick, and more. Visit lanningpaint.com to learn more about us or call us at 245-0630 to reach our Middletown location or 612-2138 for Dixie Highway, where we proudly offer a full array of Benjamin Moore products. Lanning Paints, painting the USA from Louisville, Kentucky since 1983.
Your home is your fortress, and your first line of defense is your roof. So if your roof is under attack by either Mother Nature or Father Time, you should be calling Citadel Roofing and Construction. Citadel Roofing and Construction is locally owned and operated, will provide free inspections, estimates, and of course they'll work with your insurance. Did I also mention their A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau? Let Citadel Roofing and Construction protect the roof that protects you by calling 502-219-7964 today.
Hey folks, this is Jason Pierce, General Manager at Deaver Golf Cars of Louisville. You know, these days golf carts are for a golf course, but a golf car from Deaver can go just about anywhere, down at the lake, to the pool, or maybe across the neighborhood to visit friends. Deaver is one of the premier golf car dealers in the country, and when you walk into our Shelbyville Road showroom, you'll see our amazing collection of new and certified reconditioned golf cars, gas cars, lithium electric cars, lifted cars, street style cars, and just about every size and seating configuration you can imagine. At Deaver, we can take care of all your sales, service, parts, accessories, and rental needs. Deaver Golf Cars online at deaverinc.com or visit us at our Middletown showroom at 12330 Shelbyville Road in Middletown, right across from Rumors Restaurant. Come and see us or visit us online at deaverinc.com. That's DEVERINC.
Good to go in 60.
We are in the thick of summer, and with the hottest days of the year ahead, you're about to find out how strong your cooling system is. And if you find out that it's not ready for the long summer, then call DFH Company today at 968-6222. Now, when you buy a complete Train system, receive 10 years parts and labor warranty and up to $1,000 rebate on Train high-efficiency systems. It's hard to stop a Train, so call DFH 968-6222 or look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Visit dfhcompany.com for complete program eligibility dates, details, and restrictions. Subject to credit approval.
Most people don't put much thought into the value of a reliable water or sewage pump until they have to. Well, I have a team that never stops thinking about it. Kentuckiana Pump Sales. With over 35 years of experience, Kentuckiana Pump Sales, a premier Ashland pump shop, includes sump, sewage, grinder pumps, and many more to service all residential, municipal, commercial, and industrial needs. Next time you think about pumps, think Kentuckiana Pump Sales, 3303 Industrial Parkway, Jeffersonville, Indiana, or visit KentuckianaPumps.com. They missed it. Shame on that YouTube. Sorry about that. Well, YouTube just missed it. Chris Brown, we asking Tanner right now. Tanner, do you divorce your girl for doing the $1,100 Chris Brown pose challenge?
Absolutely. And it's probably your money too. That's the worst part.
Now, listen. Now you're gonna give me the misogynistic tag by saying it's probably the man's money too. We can't say that, Tanner.
I said it wasn't maybe.
She's Miss Independent.
Okay.
but
now she is because she's taking photos with Chris Brown.
She took the house money and said $1,100, and she posted it. So a lot of these guys are like breaking up with these girls who's taking the pictures, and the girls are like, I don't care.
Good.
So the Chris Brown is helping the men out everywhere identify the red flag.
Honestly, yeah, I give him props then. He'd be like, this one's for the boys.
This is for the boys.
It's for the girls, but this one's for the boys.
If she pays $1,100 and asks me to cuff her backside on this picture, right? Is there there's no recovering from that?
No. Especially knowing that the money was $1,100. That's insane to me.
Is it?
I'm a penny pincher, so
so that would just be brutal.
That would be brutal. I'd be like, you spent money for that?
So is that the roughest part, or is it the picture?
I think it's the picture and then the underlying
picture first,
fact,
and then
and you're like, you spent money for that?
A close second is the actual fact that it was money.
Yeah.
But posting it on the internet, where would that rank?
Oh, that would be number one. Then just the photo in general, number two.
So
then the money.
The fact that she posted it would piss you off more than the fact
she knows I'm gonna see it. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
So you're measuring on levels of disrespect.
Yes, absolutely.
Look, you got to play us out. Second hour, we're going to identify what you need in your recruit on the way in the door, not before you cancel the visit. It's gonna be some fun stuff. Rolling along on 93.9 The Ville.
.27 area locations, walk-in, drive-through delivery. That's Cox's and Evergreen Liquors. That's Louisville's go-to liquor store. Buy 3, get 1 free cigars every Wednesday. So if you missed this week, go catch them next Wednesday. They got everything you need there, so check them out. They've got the wine, domestic beer, craft beer, mixers, bourbons, everything you need there at Cox's and Evergreen Liquors. They're your one-stop shop here in Louisville for all that. Cox's and Evergreen Liquors is Louisville go-to liquor store. Cox'sLouisville.com.
The loudest weekend of the year is back, louder than life in Louisville, Kentucky, with Slayer, Slipknot, Motley Crue, Korn, Judas Priest, Disturbed, Five Finger Death Punch, Breaking Benjamin, Evanescence, Falling in Reverse, The Offspring, and so many more. September 26th through 29th in Louisville, Kentucky. Passes on sale now at louderthanlifefestival.com.
Hey, Cards fans. Do you or a loved one suffer from gout? Gout is a very painful form of arthritis that can also lead to kidney and heart disease. I bet you didn't know there's now a Gout Center of Excellence right here in Louisville. They use the most up-to-date clinical guidelines and FDA-approved treatments to get you relief fast. If you have gout, be sure to call the Gout Center of Excellence at 502-719-2472 or visit them online at ralouisville.com. And be sure to tell them Marcus sent you.
Matzo Pie Anchorage is Louisville's best-kept secret and the pizza partner for 1020's flagship craft brewery in Butchertown, 2 blocks from Lynn Family Stadium, along with 1020 Douglas Loop and in Clarksville. Matzo Pie is the perfect combination of flavor, tasty sourdough, thin crust pizza paired with local craft beer. Keep it independent, Louisville. Matzo Pie and 1020 Craft Brewery are your absolute go-tos for local brick oven pizza and craft beer. You can also bring the pie to your backyard. Unique caterings for parties of all sizes, weddings, birthdays, derby, retirements, corporate lunches, rehearsals, and more. Visit matzapie.com for more.
I'm former Louisville basketball player Luke Hancock. When the NCAA tried to take away the Most Outstanding Player Award from the 2013 tournament, I got it back thanks to Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan is the personal injury firm that fights for the people, and their team treats clients like family. Morgan & Morgan changed my life, and if you've been injured in a car crash, at work, or in a slip and fall, they may be able to change yours. For a free consultation, dial # law on your cell phone. That's #529. Offices Louisville.
Hey, Louisville fans, Steve Rummage here. In life, there are moments when the stakes are high and the decisions you make can forever change the outcome of your financial future. Buying or selling your home, that's one of those major league moments. Imagine this. If we're facing a major surgery, you wouldn't pick a cut-rate surgeon or someone offering a 1% discount, right? So why gamble with the cheaper option when it comes to selling your home? Go with a pro, someone who's recently named one of Louisville's 40 under 40, and call Josh Jarbo. Josh and the team of agents at RE/MAX Empire understand the value of what's at play. They don't offer any gimmicks, and they definitely don't take shortcuts. They provide the full MVP treatment every step of the way. So when buying or selling your home, choose the team that goes the distance for you. At RE/MAX Empire, your goals paired with their strategy is a guaranteed recipe for success. I'm Steve Rummage, and I'm telling you, in real estate, don't settle for anything less than the best. Call Josh Jarbo at 502-216-7590 or check out his website at joshjarbo.remaxempireky.com.
Josh Jarbo, principal broker owner, RE/MAX Empire at Modern Mortgage A to Z, NMLS number 2256125. Equal housing lender.
This year marks a milestone for Carlin Roofing and Sheet Metal. 40 years ago in 1984 is when Carlin Roofing began serving the Louisville community. Today, they are still A+ rated from the BBB and have taken care of many of our listeners when it comes to their roofing needs. Whether it's just a few shingles, an entire roof replacement, helping out with your insurance, or a commercial flat roof, Carlin Roofing and Sheet Metal can handle any job. They can even handle your gutters. Look them up online at carlinroofs.com. CARLON roofs.com.
Ember and Ash Mobile Cigar Lounge is designed exclusively for cigar enthusiasts like you. Whether you're celebrating an occasion, hosting an event, or simply seeking a moment of tranquility, they're here to transform it into an unforgettable experience. Ember and Ash Mobile Cigar Lounge will be on location at Neat Bourbon Bar and Bottle Shop at 7 p.m. on Friday, June 21st. Use promo code ESPN for 10% off your cigar purchase. Private bookings available. Head to emberandashcigars.com. Ember and Ash Mobile Cigar Lounge. They bring the elite cigar experience to you.
Hey, Cards fans, do you or a loved one suffer from gout? Gout is a very painful form of arthritis that can also lead to kidney and heart disease. I bet you didn't know there's now a Gout Center of Excellence right here in Louisville. They use the most up-to-date clinical guidelines and FDA-approved treatments to get you relief fast. If you have gout, be sure to call the Gout Center of Excellence at 502-719-2472 or visit them online at ralouisville.com. And be sure to tell them Marcus sent you.
Yeah, it's that good. There no pizza. Good taste, happy face, your place, my place. Always gonna make you happy. It's on your face. It's that good. Yes, it is, and we deliver it. Taste is fun. Yes, it is. We guarantee it. Yeah, it's that good. Verno's Pizza. Yeah, it's that good.
Most people don't put much thought into the value of a reliable water or sewage pump until they have to. Well, I have a team that never stops thinking about it. Kentuckiana Pump Sales. With over 35 years of experience, Kentuckiana Pump Sales, a premier Ashland pump shop, includes sump, sewage, grinder pumps, and many more to service all residential, municipal, commercial, and industrial needs. Next time you think about pumps, think Kentuckiana Pump Sales, 3303 Industrial Parkway, Jeffersonville, Indiana, or visit KentuckianaPumps.com.
Keep playing. Keep working. Keep going. And keep moving with the exceptional orthopedic care at Baptist Health. With an experienced team and a full line of advanced services and procedures, it's no wonder most people choose Baptist to help them keep on. Keeping on. Visit Baptist Health.
Good to go in 30.
Find a Baptist Health provider.
Are you looking to upgrade any area of your home or business? Well, don't worry. I have the perfect answer for you, and that is Ebbs & Low Renovations. Decks, bathroom remodels, kitchen remodels, and basement finishings are some of the many offerings made by this great company. The team recently built a new deck for none other than Drew Diener at his home. Give owner Steve Ebbs a call at 502-471-9700 for any commercial or residential jobs. And talk to Steve Ebbs of Ebbs & Low Renovations.
So here's the thing. If you're just joining us for the second hour, we went down a couple of roads. We kind of put our bow on the Coleman Hawkins thing. It's his latest interview seemed to be very cringe for the locker room, for the coach, for the basketball personality. Those interviews that you blame the coach, those never go over well. And it's the biggest racing Louisville FC game. Those end up being like very, very bad for perceptions of a university. Like I said, especially in this kind of climate. So here's the thing. We did a little, basketball personality. We did, had a little fun about the traffic personalities, and we closed it with a quick question. However, I will say before we move into the subject, we did get a pivot. And I got to ask you this for those who didn't hear it. And again, apologies for the YouTubers that I muted out. I didn't do it on purpose. I just didn't come back on time. Okay. The Chris Brown situation, for those who don't know, Chris Brown is charging the singer, dancer, Chris Brown is charging $1,100 for, not quite salacious, but whatever word is short of salacious.
I also want to clarify, it's strictly because it's Chris Brown. He's a bad person. If it was Barack Obama, I'm cool with it. If it's
look,
anyone else,
now you're totally covering. Oh, so
you can guess who told me to say that though.
Tanner had to clean it up. He had to do the political cleanup. So here's the thing. Chris Brown's charging $1,100 to take, like I said, hands on the glutei, the glutei maximus. And like I said, like you just imagine in positions you don't want to see your lady posing with Chris Brown. Okay. And those pictures are getting all over the internet, and it's just, and again, they getting sold out quick. So however we want to judge Chris Brown, his Chris Brown package sales he's getting paid. Okay. Got to ask you the question, Tanner. One texter, I'm proud of you. One texter and James Black are the two people I'm proud of because they asked the question. Now, your girl paid $1,100 to be photographed, pressed up on Chris Brown. Tanner, how much would you pay to be with your favorite celebrity in the same kind of predicament and have that photo, like not a Photoshop photo, to have a real handful of insert your dream woman here?
I don't have to spend money. It's my girlfriend. No, but if I'm being celebrity,
he doesn't have to get it for free.
yeah, no. But celebrity wise, Sofia Vergara.
What would you
that
pay?
would be a steep payment.
What would you pay to have that photo however you want that photo? That's internet friendly, of course.
The internet does find it. I would. All right, I'm gonna go back on my words. I'd probably pay $1,100 for that.
Oh, listen, I went to the back and I asked James about it, and he instantly, no, she's done. Like,
yeah.
Would you expect your girl to be done with you after that picture?
Oh yeah, probably. She's Latina. There's no way I'm getting out of that one.
You'd sacrifice your relationship.
No, I wouldn't.
For that
I wouldn't necessarily
picture.
do that though. But for the situation, I mean, she actually
38,
might
31.
also understand too because she's a huge fan of her too.
You know, it's funny. I always hear girls say, "Oh no, she's hot," and they act like it would almost be okay for you to pay to take that picture.
Yeah, and then you say it, and then you're like, get a hand in the back
right.
of the head.
I don't care about money because instead of paying. Favorite artist is truly about the disrespect. It's okay. This texter basically says it's just about the disrespect when you get in the pose. Just the posing is the. So this texter says the posing position is what they say. The money is not the thing. The internet is not the thing, but the pure pose is enough to say, yeah, we can't.
I'm just shocked that he even does he's allowing that. Like, yeah, you can do whatever pose you want.
Surely there's whatchamacallit. Surely there's
some regulations and stuff.
Or just whatchamacallit. You agree to
Oh yeah, like a contract.
Yeah,
NDA or something.
Not even NDA.
Oh yeah.
That is what I'm trying to say, but there's probably another word for it. Just
NDA, because then you wouldn't be able to post it.
Yeah, right. Just whatever the disclaimer is. I can't think of the word. You know what I'm saying. Everybody knows what I'm saying. If I had the opportunity, hold on. The texter says Tanner's a cougar chaser. Was the oh man, where'd that come from?
Okay, I found a photo.
Oh yeah.
No way. I'm allowing that.
Okay.
He's got my girl picked up like that.
Wait. Describe what you see on the. You just picked up a random Chris Brown photo of one of these things, and what are you looking at?
All right, so it's a photo of Chris Brown and a girl, and he's got her picked up and got her by the caboose, and her arms are wrapped around his neck, and it is with a post from a man saying, "This was my soon-to-be fiance. I'm heartbroken, devastated, embarrassed, and bamboozled. Once I seen this photo and seen how viral it's gotten, with the insensitive, supportive comments, I've ended the engagement immediately." If it was my girl like that, though, they would.
Okay,
the relationship wouldn't just be over. I would do something to embarrass her or something.
How much would you pay for that reverse with Sophia?
All right, like $1,100.
Tanner is honest today, good people. Yeah, consent. Thank you. Red State consent. Yeah, informed.
Yeah,
consent.
Okay, yeah. I don't know why we didn't think of that.
I know. Memo of understanding. Yeah, that would sound appropriate. Yeah, whatever it is, it's racy. They're racy. And Tanner said, first look at it, he's definitely divorcing. But if the roles reversed, he's going for it.
There's another one where he just has like they're like hugging. It's more like a prom photo.
Yeah,
like that one's fine. I'd be like, you still spent $100 or $1,100 on that, but the first one I saw, I'd raise hell.
I think I'm too. I don't know if I'm.
It's a weird day and age,
I'm
though.
like, yeah,
with love, it's.
Are you supposed to give that a pass, though?
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, when I see, okay,
I'm doing it for the sake of the conversation, but if my girl ever did that, I'd freak out, like lose it.
Yeah, just no. I wouldn't freak out. But there's a song called "Walking in the Rain." Have you ever heard of it?
Maybe. Who's it by?
It's called a guy named Orange Juice Jones.
Yeah, no, I've never heard of it.
Okay, now it was like the original training video for guys to handle being cheated on, right? And here's the thing. I want you to go to the last 60 seconds of Walking in the Rain, right? If you play Walking in the Rain and you see a video, go to this part where she walks into the house. If you see the actual video, you can fast forward to when she first walks into the apartment at the end and puts down her thing. I gotta treat people. If you're listening right now, this is for the olders, but I promise you, I'm going to get on to the recruiting part of the thing. But this is Tanner's fault. Tanner talked about this is Chris Brown's fault. This is Tanner's fault.
The first line I pop up by accident was, "I gave you things that you can't pronounce."
Okay, so back it up. Like, I want to back it up before she comes like into the room, because he says, "Hey, you know how you doing?" Okay, and tell me when you're ready. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey, baby, how you doing? Come on in here.
This is what I would do.
Still waiting for you. Listen, first things first. Let me hang up that coat. Yeah. How's your day today? Did you miss me? You did. Yeah, I missed you too. I missed you so much. I followed you today. That's right. Now close your mouth, cause you cold busted. That's right. Now sit down here. Sit down here. So upset with you, don't know what to do. My first impulse was to run up on you, do a Rambo, whip out the jammy and flat blast both of you. I didn't want to mess up this $3,700 Lynx coat. So instead, I chill. That's right. Chill. Then I went to the bank, took out every dime, and I went and canceled all those credit cards. Yeah. All your charge counts. Yeah. I stuck you up every piece of jewelry I ever bought you. That's right, everything.
Like, yeah.
Everything.
Everything.
You fly with me. No, don't go looking in that closet, because you ain't got nothing in there. Everything you came here with is packed up and waiting for you in the guest room. That's right. What was you thinking about? Huh? What you trying to prove? Huh? You with the juice.
You with the juice?
I gave you silk suits, Gucci handbags, blue diamonds. I gave you things you couldn't even pronounce. Now I can't give you nothing but advice, because you're still young. That's right, you're still young. I hope you learn a valuable lesson from all this. You know? You're going to find somebody like me one of these days. Until then, you know what you got to do? You got to get on out of here with that alley cat coat wearing, hush puppy shoe wearing, crump cake I saw you with. Because you dismissed. That's right. Silly rabbit tricks are made for kids. Did you know that? You without me like cornflake without the milk. It's my world. You're just a squirrel trying to get a nut. Now get on out.
Don't touch that coat. Oh, for those who don't remember, that was Walking in the Rain. That is a classic by Orange Juice Jones. And he wasn't playing around, was he? He said, I canceled all your charge cards, all your credit cards, all your accounts, everything you ever had.
I can't give you anything but advice because you're still young.
Yeah, that would probably be me once I saw the Chris Brown photograph of him holding my lady up in the air, saying, yeah, we're not going to recover from that. Okay, so here's the thing. Speaking of identifying them early, I want to ask a quick, simple question. And I want to make sure everybody knows 3831 939 is the text line. 8150 939 is the phone line. So here's what you do. We identified, like I said, I don't want it to be like I said, it's not a Coleman Hawkins bash session, whatever. It's just he's happens to be a great example when you cancel a recruiting visit to say, hey, we want to start learning about our coach's ability to identify possible traits. Like he can see that trait. If anybody has heard that interview, you can identify a trait like that and say, no, if he doesn't know better than that by now, he's going to have us in trouble. So here's the thing. Tanner, texters, 3831-939, 8150-939. You're on the recruiting trail. Okay? At the University of Louisville. We'll go to football. We'll go to football. Tanner is recruiting. He's filling out his program. What is the first quality of you filling out your football roster? Coach Tanner, assistant coach Tanner, main assistant to Jeff Brom. What type of thing are you looking for to bring to Coach Brom as far as you hitting the recruiting circuit?
A dog.
Okay. So you choose dog before speed.
Yeah, I would do that.
Dog before speed. Texters. Do you agree with Tanner or disagree? Dog before speed if you're bringing a recruit to Jeff Brom. This is a good starting point, because I want to know, do you recruit speed? Do you recruit attitude first? And again, because here's the thing, depending on the kind of coach you are or the developer you are, you say, I can like if you're a shouter coach, if you're a real in your face kind of coach, you think I can take this speed and make it and bring out the dog. Like I can make it to a dog, but I can't teach that speed. Other people say you got to have the dog already in you and we can work on the other stuff. Like I can take a dog and put him in my system and the dog's going to eat, so as far as a recruiting strategy, Robert says dog before speed. That's one on that one. Because I don't know. Sometimes when I see it's like
speed kills, but the dog kills the speed. That's how I look at it. And a dog can have some speed too.
Right. Listen, that's always the cheating part. That's the invisible armor part. What you say? Yeah. I want both. It's like, yes, we want the perfect recruit. Yeah,
but I would rather have the dog over the speed.
Hungry. You'd rather have the attitude than the speed.
Especially with football.
Listen, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I guess you can go get resting. Give me the fast dog. Of course, you go to the track. You go to the track and you try to go get as many track guys as you can. And or it's like I'm looking at one thing you can count on. Okay, Texas says one thing you can count on. Never mind, I'm not doing that. It's okay. Dog, speed, then what quality you look for? Okay, if dog is first, what's your second quality you look for?
Probably speed.
Is speed
I'd say speed. If not, strength, because you need the strength.
Where does pure strength rank on how you would recruit? Because here's the thing: by the time
I'd say second or third.
Are we thinking weight room strength, or thinking, or is it?
I don't need that's social media muscles you're talking about. You see the workout videos and oh man, he could squat a lot, but I want a guy that's gonna push the other dude's head into the dirt.
Okay, so is that more size?
Yeah, I'd probably I'll change my answer to size then.
Okay,
Yeah.
so your number, so you would go dog first. Dog, you would scour the country for dog attitudes first. And what is a dog attitude to you? Like when you again, assistant coach Tanner is scouring the place. When you see like, are they fighting? Do they just
they can fight during like training camp, like nothing like.
Do they hit harder?
They hit a little bit harder, but they can get hit down and then get back up and like.
Okay, so that goes in the dog category.
Yeah.
How fast they jump up.
Yeah.
Off the ground.
And then how hard they can hit and how they can deal with adversity, like game 1 last year when we were down, I don't even know, to Georgia Tech. Like, is he gonna be a puppy and
does that
go back?
So does that make Jack Plummer a dog?
In that game 1, yeah,
he was a
dog that game. I'll give him that. I have
one.
trashed him a lot, but he was a dog that game.
You got to give him. You do have to give him his props on that one. Okay, if Brahms the coach, it has to be dog. If Petrino's the coach, I choose speed. Okay,
right, yeah,
okay,
that's a good point.
I get that one. Hold on. First time. Okay, I can't jump on that one too hard. Texas says I'm looking for size. Depends on the position. That's fair. That's fair too. Like, okay, the position talk is kind of nuanced. You know, like I said, we're talking about the bulk of our skill positions. We're talking about our safeties, our corners, our linebackers, your running back size, wide receiver size, tight end size. Like, of course, line is. You just want big, like lineman. You want size and functional power. Yeah. Listen, I don't. You know what? I'm starting to think I don't care about size or I don't care about strength in the skill positions like I used to. Getting away with so much. It's like
you don't need like a DK Metcalf.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I'm starting to think the size on the skill positions make them injury prone now. It's starting to seem like the skinny guys that are the ones not getting hurt.
Did you see the Christian Watson of the Packers? He did him and I think it was a safety. I don't remember the name, but it was Watson and some other dude on the Packers.
I'm listening.
They went to University of Wisconsin and their like training facility / like medical school.
Yeah.
And they were doing a workout and he figured out one of his hamstrings, let's say his right one, is 20% less strong than his left one, and like the ace or whatever it is. Like he figured out the injury prone of like one thigh.
Yeah.
And now he's gonna like train
to balance
more. Yeah, balance it out. He's like, I know it won't be perfect, but like I want to get into that like 6% range, like. You just brought up the injury part, like,
yeah,
and
right.
like he's kind of a big body too, so
right.
Like, it makes me think like he might come in skinnier.
Yeah. Like I'm like again with the new rules, like I
guys can't get hit.
Right. Your line.
I feel bad for your son. Like, how do you tackle now?
Listen, I saw him when he got that fine. That he got that hit to the helmet fine. It was brutal. Like I can't believe
what is it like? Well, he's not like a.
Yeah,
he's not like always in the news for it. So it was probably like 10,000.
Yeah,
it's insane.
I think it was a lot higher. I think it was short of 20. It's like you can't do that to me. Like I don't make that kind of money to wear a helmet. The helmet hit.
Someone on the Steelers had like he led with the crown of his helmet, and I think it took half of his game check. Because he's like
like
a 6th-round rookie
or
like an undrafted guy.
God,
it's insane the fines that they give out.
Yeah, but like I said, I am with these skill positions. It's like when you look at somebody like Alvin Kamara's size, like of course I think he's been kind of a holdout, kind of them holding him out. Like that's my guy.
Yeah,
like them.
I love that guy.
Yeah.
You're a huge fan of
him. Okay. Yeah, that's
He played with.
Yeah.
I forgot he played in
we
Tennessee.
was at the wedding, and I was posting pictures, hanging out, and all that good stuff. Alvin, slim guy. He stayed. I mean, he got tight.
He's built.
Yeah,
but
stayed slim.
He ain't no Derrick Henry.
And I think that's why he's been able to be around and valuable. And it looks like he's just waiting, or the team is just waiting. Like, let's get our team together before we send him back out there, because ain't no sense to send him out there when
he's a running back. So you got to be careful with those guys. But you're right, though. He's one of the few guys that's like consistently played like 12 plus games a year for a running back.
Yeah, I think there's going to be more slim guys in football, but I don't know. San Francisco, they got some powerful dudes. Defensive
Trent Williams.
Are defensive ends getting skinnier?
Yeah, that's one thing I've noticed is in like the draft, when they like go to the draft time, and they're never talking about like, look at his strength off the line. It's always like, look at the speed. Like,
look at his
he
bend.
might be lower
his
or
speed and
smaller,
his bend.
but like they're getting more.
Okay, Texas says
not as thick.
Okay, where are you on this one? Texas says, I want someone who is team first.
Yeah, I think that goes in between like the dog one.
If Steve was here, he'd puke about that one. Listen, Steve, I'll give him credit. He's not sentimental over team first guy. He's like, no, I want some guys who only care about their own performance. But I do get his point. In basketball, it's kind of I want some scorers that's gonna score no matter what. And you got some of those guys got to have super tunnel vision to stay in scoring mode. And that's like, I feel you. Okay, but if you're asking me, listen, I was being devil's advocate. I probably agree that the dog first thing, right? Because it's like one of those things when people ask me about Jalen, I'm like, he's tough. He's tough. That's the first. He's
kind of undersized, right?
Yeah. That's the first credit to his success is he's tougher. He's tougher than most people around him. So I think I would agree. Like if I'm on the recruiting trail and I don't think that the toughness part. The reason I also say that is because it doesn't matter the position. If I can find the toughest dudes at any position, I'm going to be able to move the ball 3 yards. Because here's the thing, I'm not playing fantasy football or fantasy basketball. Like my guy, I'm gonna have some physical guys. Like I can be able to grind to that. I want to start by being able to get 3 yards. Then I work from there. I want to start by being able to get 3 to 6, and get first downs. I want to be able to get 4th and 1, 4th and 2. That's why the Philly tush push, whatever you want to call it. I had a particular enjoyment for that because I'm like, yeah, you go get some big linemen that can move the ball. What about technique? See, that's where my arrogance comes in at. Listen, being from the Texas says, what about technique? Being from the Denny's Crumb School of Repetition, I can repeat technique. I can give you homework assignments. I can teach you more technique even when I'm not around. I can ridicule, critique your technique, and I can send you say, hey, how good do you want to be? If I know you're a dog and I give you some homework and I say do this 1,000 times a night this way, I can teach technique. So I'm not worried about technique in the early parts of.
We got Doc on line one.
Doc, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away, Doc.
Hey, Marcus. So tying the whole show together, let's go back to the beginning. Would you want that inconsiderate, selfish guy in the car who didn't let the guy in off the island?
Oh my God!
To be on your football team.
The bad traffic guy, the selfish traffic guy No, I would not want him.
I'll tell you what, he's not my quarterback.
He cannot be my quarterback or my point guard for sure.
Okay, just checking.
Oh, no, I appreciate it. No, that is a full circle tie-in to what Doc said. Yeah, like if you won't let him in, if you think you need to be, that's like the guy to get the guard that gets on a fast break and he can't really dunk it and he just lays it up and he has some silly athlete right behind him. One time I got in trouble. I think it was against Kentucky. I had Alex Sanders behind me, big 6'8" guy. And I had a dude on me that I didn't like it because they were saying we were a match, right? And I'm like, he's not a match for me, right? And it was late in the game, and I'm just like, I got him right on my hip, Tanner, and I'm just like, there ain't no way I'm good. I knew I was gonna get the and one. I knew it. I said, he can't stop me right here. So I just get to, do the little bump, get my Luka on a little bit, get the and one, and it was like at the time it was great. We got in the film room. Davenport was like, make the next pass. He's like, why would you do that? Make the next pass. And I was kind of like, I got to looking at the...
But coach, I got the point.
I know. I was looking at the video and it weighed on me heavily after that because right then I didn't understand, but it's like, yeah, he dunks that thing and he swings on the rim and brings the house down. I get the and one. I thought my and one would be better, but then I'm like, okay, I get it. Like, maybe you're right. Maybe I find a way to dump that off. But it wasn't like selfish. I felt like I was doing the right thing. But yeah, that's the point. Like, I guess I was that traffic guy that time. But I thought I was helping you out by speeding up. That way you can merge behind me. I guess that's how you justify it. Steve wanting the first guy. Hold on. See, one of the first lines up with being a Cowboys fan. That's a good point, Steve. I'll tell you what, we're heavy on time. Let's take our last commercial break. 93.9 The Ville.
It's the biggest Racing Louisville FC game of the year. Our city's top-tier professional sports team hosts Bay FC at 4 p.m. Saturday, June 29th, and a sellout push is on at Lynn Family Stadium. Gates open at 2:30 p.m. for a $2 happy hour and live music. Plus, the first 2,000 fans will receive a free T-shirt after the final whistle. Kids are invited to take a kick on the field. Let's pack Lynn Family Stadium for this nationally televised game on ESPN. With kickoff at 4 p.m. Saturday, visit RacingLouFC.com for tickets and more information today.
Most people don't put much thought into the value of a reliable water or sewage pump until they have to. Well, I have a team that never stops thinking about it. Kentuckiana Pump Sales. With over 35 years of experience, Kentuckiana Pump Sales, a premier Ashland pump shop, includes sump, sewage, grinder pumps, and many more to service all residential, municipal, commercial, and industrial needs. Next time you think about pumps, think Kentuckiana Pump Sales, 3303 Industrial Parkway, Jeffersonville, Indiana, or visit KentuckianaPumps.com.
Kroger always gives you savings and rewards on top of our lower-than-low prices. And when you download the Kroger app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. And with a Boost membership,